I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever been so broken, so defeated, that getting back up, it didn't even seem worth the effort? You just wanted to lie there, stay down. You know what's funny? It's not actually a joke. It's not funny at all, but most people will relate to this. Yeah. We've all been there. But this is where your strength begins. Now, before we get started, I want you to take 1 second to show some love. Now let's begin. Today's video was inspired by a question I got from one of my viewers. He asked, "What's the meaning of getting back up? Some days I feel like giving up and I wish someone would hit me hard enough to keep me from giving up." If I had to guess, you're probably one of those people right now who feels like they're on their last rope. Like you're hanging on by a thread. And look, I can't promise that I am gonna be able to change everything in a matter of minutes. But I can tell you this, when you leave here today, you're gonna remember the power of getting back up. And I hope that helps you keep going. Look, the meaning of getting back up isn't really that deep, but it's also deeper than you think. So let's break it down. To get back up means different things to different people, right? For some, it means to get back up after messing up, failing or losing. For others, it means to get back up after a tragedy, an accident, abuse, or heartbreak. But no matter how you define it, look, we've all had our share of getting knocked down. And that's just life. It happens to everyone. The rich, the poor, the famous, the losers, the winners, it doesn't matter. Everyone has their fair share of defeats, losses, and heartaches. Because I believe getting back up is something that we all have to do. It's a part of the human condition. It's a test we all must face. In fact, it's the one thing that I believe sets us apart from all other living things. Our capacity to get back up after experiencing loss and pain. That's what separates us from all the other animals out there. It's what makes us human. So if you think about it, the real meaning of getting back up is quite simple. It's about having the strength and willpower to get back up whenever you fall, whatever the reason may be. Just get back up. And the truth is sometimes getting back up can be difficult, especially if you feel like you have nothing left to give. But the good news is, you don't have to. I say that because most of the time when we get knocked down, we don't need anything else to get back up except ourselves. See, getting back up has less to do with external factors and more to do with what's on the inside. And that's why some people are more resilient than others. It's not because they have better circumstances, more money, or better looks. It's simply because they have more strength inside them. They have the mental toughness to pick themselves up and keep moving forward no matter what life throws at them. Getting back up is a skill. It's a muscle that needs to be trained and strengthened over time. And the best way to do that is by practicing it. Every time you fall, dust yourself off and try again. That's how you build your resilience. And I'm not talking about those little everyday things that we all fall on. I mean those times where you really get knocked down, where you feel like you just can't go on anymore. Those are the times when you need to dig deep inside yourself and find that strength. And when you do, when you find that inner strength, you realize that you are capable of amazing things. Here's a thought for you. Think about a runner. Okay, picture him running down the track. He's giving it everything he's got. But suddenly he falls. Now, most people would just lay there and watch the world go by. But not this runner. As soon as he hits the ground, he starts making plans to get back up. He knows that if he wants to win the race, he can't just lie there and give up. He has to get back up and keep going. And that's exactly what he does. He brushes himself off, takes a few deep breaths, and starts running again. He might not be as fast as he was before, but he's still in the race. And that's all that matters. Now, imagine that runner crossing the finish line and winning the race despite falling halfway through. The crowd goes wild. They cheer and celebrate as he runs around the track, soaking in their applause. But he's not thinking about the cheers. He's not basking in the glory. He's thinking about that moment when he fell and had to get back up. He knows that that's what made him strong. That's what made him a champion. Because champions aren't the ones who never fall. Champions are the ones who fall but get back up. You see, we all fall. It's inevitable. It's just a part of life. But what sets us apart is whether or not we get back up. Thomas Edison, the famous inventor who created the light bulb, was once quoted as saying, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." He said that because he understood that failure wasn't the end. Failure was just a stepping stone along the way. He knew that in order to succeed, he had to be willing to fail. He had to be willing to get up and try again and again and again until he got it right. Let me tell you a few stories of legendary comebacks. There's the story of Michael Jordan, who was cut from his high school basketball team. He could have quit there and decided that maybe basketball wasn't for him. But did he know? He went on to become the greatest basketball player of all time. Then there's the story of Oprah, who was fired from her job as a news anchor because she was deemed unfit for TV. She could have packed it in right then and there, but did she? No. She went on to become the most successful talk show host of all time. And what about J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series? Her first book was rejected by a dozen different publishers before it was finally accepted. She could have given up on her dream of becoming an author, but did she? No. She went on to write a series of books that have sold over 500 million copies worldwide. These are just a few examples of people who refused to give up, people who were considered losers at some point in their lives, but who went on to become winners. Getting back up is what allows us to achieve our dreams, to reach our goals, and to make our mark on the world. But it's not easy. Sometimes it's downright difficult. Which is why we need to remind ourselves of the importance of getting back up. Which brings us to the next point. You know, there's a battle that goes on inside all of us. On one side, there's the voice of self-doubt. It whispers in our ear, telling us that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough, that we'll never amount to anything. It tells us to give up, to quit while we're ahead, to just lie down and die. But then on the other side, there's another voice. It's quieter, but it's stronger. It tells us that we can do it, that we're stronger than we think, that we're more capable than we believe. It tells us to get back up and fight another day. It tells us to keep going. And the funny thing is, this battle, this war between the two voices happens every single day. Every time we face a challenge, every time we experience a setback, every time we feel like giving up, we have to choose which voice we're gonna listen to. Are we gonna listen to the voice of doubt and despair, or are we gonna listen to the voice of hope and perseverance? And the truth is, that's entirely up to you. No one else can make that decision for you. Imagine a person standing alone on a mountain peak. The wind howls around them, whipping at their clothes and threatening to knock them off balance. They look out over the valley below and feel a sense of fear and loneliness. The person considers turning back, giving up, going home where it's warm and safe. But something inside them, a quiet voice that says you're not done yet, keeps them going. They take a deep breath, steady themselves, and continue on. With each step, the voice grows louder until it becomes a roar. You're not done yet, it says. You're not done yet. The person reaches the summit and looks out over the world below. They feel a sense of accomplishment and pride that they've never felt before. You see, the quiet voice that tells us to get back up, it's always there. It's inside all of us. We just have to listen to it. Listen, life is gonna knock you down. It's gonna make you lose, break your heart, cause you pain and fill you with regret. It's gonna make you experience loss and heartache and failure. It doesn't matter what you do or how good you are at what you do. Life is gonna throw everything it's got at you. And the only thing that will define you is your ability to get back up after it knocks you down. Don't ever forget that. You're a warrior. Warriors don't quit. Your comeback story is just beginning. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out this one next. And don't forget to subscribe for more great content. Thanks for watching.